and gentlemen,
unexpected success.
Who are those guys?
it's the comeback king. You already know. Ladies and gentlemen, oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the comeback king. Ladies and gentlemen, well, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen,
Unexpected success.
How did that feel?
I made it really young, so
Yeah.
so like I think that
because that is it.
I
Right?
mean,
I mean, that is
yeah.
that's the aha moment.
I made it really really young, like
How young are we talking?
22,
Oh, wow.
like
Very
20,
young.
like it was early in my career because when I was like 21,
So you quit.
No.
So wait. So your mom let you quit college,
yeah,
and then you are you're doing Met Gala.
like 3 years later.
Wow.
And
What did your siblings say then?
so
Did they eat it or?
it's weird. My siblings is like the greatest stability I have, like because I never even thought they even liked anything I did.
Yeah.
Like I thought my sisters, like my sisters never tell me like, yo, this is dope.
Yeah.
Like they never asked me for anything.
Wow.
Like anything.
Be happy they're your sisters. If I was your sister,
Yeah.
I'd be like
yeah,
going
like
through the rack.
yeah, like my sisters haven't even asked me anything from Aliette yet.
Wow.
Like my sisters don't ask me. Like I could be like, oh, I'm going to style Beyonce. Like maybe not Beyonce, but like you know, like a big celebrity.
Right.
Like Beyonce gonna definitely hit me about
Yeah.
it. But like if like I could be like, yeah, I'm gonna style Issa Rae
Right.
or Tiffany Haddish. Like
Yeah.
my sisters wouldn't even like respond to me. Like they were like, oh cool, safe travels. Like it wouldn't be like, yo, that's dope. Like that's amazing.
Wow.
And my sisters, like I don't know. I heard my older sister, like I was like fake sleep one time on the couch,
Yeah.
and I heard my older sister like talking like oh, my brother did this, my brother did that,
Yeah.
and I was hyped, like I was
That
proud.
made you proud,
What?
right? I know.
Man, she like it was like the battery in my back.
Right,
like,
right.
I felt like Superman.
Yeah,
like
no,
so
that
like
feels
that was
good.
dope. Like you know, like when you feel like your family's proud of you.
Of course.
My older brother, he wasn't hyped until I did this photo shoot. I did this photo shoot with Lisa Ray, and I dressed Lisa Ray. And this is icon Lisa Ray.
Right.
Yeah.
And my brother was like, yo, bro, when can I come to shoot with you? Like so, like, you know.
Lisa Ray.
Players Club, baby. Players Club. Right.
So my brother, he was like, "Oh, that's dope.
That's L.
Yeah. He was
Yeah,
like, "That's
yeah,
dope." But like now, like I get to like my son and my niece and nephews. Like when I get to work, like some of the talent I work with, they don't care about because like they're much younger.
Yeah.
But like when I work with like Lil Baby, or
Yeah.
I work with Polo G, or like someone like that, like they hyped about.
That's exciting, though.
Yeah.
You're the cool uncle.
Yeah,
Now
you're
I'm the cool uncle. Like I didn't know I was the cool uncle until my nephew posted me. I was like, oh, you think I'm cool, bro?
Right.
I'm like, yeah, like you just started following me. I didn't even think you wanted to follow me back.
Right. Yo, that's ill when your younger family is like they don't let you follow them. I'm like, yo, you let me follow you? Like I'm not the
Yeah,
snitch.
my little cousin, he ain't let me follow him.
Wow.
It's the illest feeling.
I'm like, B, I ain't snitching on you.
I'm not.
Like I ain't snitching on you.
I'm not.
Like
your
I'm the
friend.
cool cousin, bro. Like I ain't telling your mother nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
You know, you mentioned that you you mentioned David Dinkins Club. And rest in peace,
Rest in
David.
peace.
David.
Dinkins, yeah.
We finally
First black
passed
mayor.
today.
Yeah, facts.
So I just wanted to, like that literally random, but it made me think of it. I just want to make sure that we give him credence because he did so much for the black youth in New York City.
It's so crazy, like through that program, they ended up giving like a David Dinkins award at the end, and for some reason I got it. Like, you know, like that was like weird. Like, you know, and that was my first time public speaking. And like, I used to hate public speaking.
Oh, you're good at it though.
Yeah, but I used to hate it because even at that award show, like I look back at the video, like I wasn't asking. You know, the thing is, you never know how important or how needed your story is until you tell it.
Whew.
You know,
I mean, that is you hit the nail on the head.
So I was like, yo, what makes my story so important? Like,
no, you're in your head.
Yeah,
you're in your head.
That story is a super important for every young black boy and black girl who wants to become a stylist.
So now I understand that, and like now, like, you know, you get more comfortable about telling your story. Like, you get more comfortable about, like, you know, saying like, yo, I made mistakes. And like, you know, this is why you shouldn't make these same mistakes. It's crazy
because we say your story is your superpower, right? And you don't know, like, your story is unique to you. And if you don't share it, you don't know. Like, I'm telling you, had you not been awarded by HFR, I wouldn't, like, I'm like, yo, this dude he's from Far Rockaway. So you're in your head on the stage, and I'm like, yo.
Oh. I was
standing.
Like,
yeah, no, but I was super in my head because it's like, you know, like
LeBron was there that night.
LeBron was in there.
Yeah.
Beth Ann Hardison, like, you know, all these amazing people who, you know, you look up to, like, you know, like even in the fashion industry, it was so many people who I honestly looked up to.
Of course.
And then I'm getting the award from a mentor, and my mentor is saying things like he's hitting chords that like makes you emotional because he knows me from a different point of view. Like any big accolade in my career, he was one of the first people I called.
Right.
You know, like any big.
But who are you referencing?
Worry Vice. Shout out to Worry.
Okay. Shout out to Worry. Right.
But any like anything like Worry, like, I always hit him. Like, he's my guy. Like, you know, so he gave me the first opportunity. He gave me the first shot. He believed in me when I left him to do my own thing.
Like, when did you say,
I made it?
I can go to a dinner. I can have dinner. I can go to a nice restaurant and have dinner and pay for myself.
And not worry about the
and
waiter
not
coming
worry
back.
about
Like,
right.
Your car is declined.
And what did that feel like?
To be honest, like, and this sounds like it's like, you know, bittersweet a little bit. Like, but my mom died. Like, you know, as when she died, my career went up.
Wow.
You know, and you know, to me, it's definitely, you know, some form of divinity. You know,
yeah, she was guiding you.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's certain things that, you know, I couldn't even understand, like certain opportunities. Like, so, like, I was blessed that she saw part of my career. So she saw where I wanted to go in life. Right. And I feel like she's just been guiding me ever since. Right. But like when she passed, it was probably my best year that year.
Wow.
Like, you know.
How do you balance that, right? Like, how do you balance that?
I think mental stability should be something that's talked about a lot. Yes. And, you know, back then I couldn't afford a therapist, even though I probably needed a therapist. Yeah. But I kind of put like a block in my mind and just kept going, like you know, just like it was like work, and you know, it got me to a place where I was obsessive with work, and that's not a great place to be in. No. Like, you know, like probably like these last 10 days has been what my life has been for majority of my career. Like these last 10 days was definitely a reflection. Like, you know, I was speaking to my agent on the way here, and she was like, I don't even know how you got through the last 10 days. Like, I had like 15 jobs in the last 10 days.
Wow.
And it's not like small jobs, it's like big jobs.
Right.
And like I flew to New York last week for 12 hours.
And went right back to
LA, straight to a fit-in. Wow. And it, like the fit-in, like I went from work, I got off at 6 p.m., I had a 9 p.m. flight, got on a 9 p.m. flight, landed at 5 a.m., came home, saw my family for 30 minutes, took a shower, went to work, went to work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m., got on in an Uber, went straight to the airport for a 6:30 flight. 6:30 flight, landed at 9, had 11 p.m. fitting, ended everything at 3 a.m., had to be on set at 7 a.m.
My God.
So, like, that was like...
Do you love it? Do you still love it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if I didn't love it, I don't think I would do it.
Yeah.
I think I will always love styling. Like, you know, the fact that... like when you get certain clothing and you work with certain designers, it's like, and for me, it's not the big designers that still excite me. It's those obscure designers that are unknown,
right?
And like who's like in the smallest town in Russia, right, or who's in the smallest town in Brazil, or
right,
like who's in like Kosovo, like
with a sewing machine,
like with a sewing machine, who's making the greatest art you ever seen in your life.
Right.
Like when I discovered those designers, when I receive their work, when I receive their art, it feels like Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, you know, there's certain projects that I'm able to work on, like, that I just don't understand how, or like, you know, you're not supposed to question things, but it's so easy to question why me, like certain opportunities, you know, certain like I'm grateful. I'm like truly
grateful, right?
I'm truly grateful, you know, because I know it's a pandemic, and you know, the reality is I've been thriving.
Right, during
pandemic, you know, and it's been like both, like, you know, styling and design, and amazing. God bless, you know. So, you know, I'm forever grateful. Like, you know, I'm blessed, and I understand. Like, I remember we were doing Emmys with Issa, and all these big designers hit me. Like, we want to dress Issa for Emmys. Right. I'm like, cool. And I went to a fitting with Issa, and I'm like, you know, to be honest, like, you need to wear black designer. And
she's been passionate about that, right?
And yeah, and I was like, not only do you need to wear black designer, the black designer shouldn't be me. You know, like, I understand my access, I understand my privilege. Right. I understand that, you know, Issa is extremely supportive of Jason and Aliette.
Right.
So Issa, I was like, you know, Aliette is gonna have the opportunity again with you wearing it on the carpet.
Yeah, and I've seen pieces, and I'm like,
yeah. I'm gonna have the opportunity.
Of course.
And like, you know, but I was like, you know, I wanted, you know, her to wear a black woman designer for the Emmys. Unfortunately, like, you know, the time constraint, it wasn't possible. So I hit up another black designer, Sergio Hudson. Shout out to Sergio Hudson.
Yeah, so I watched the show that he was on.
Yeah, Rihanna show, right?
Yeah, I watched Rihanna's show. I'm a huge fan of his.
And
he's so humble.
Right. And I reached out to Sergio, and I'm like, yo, bro, like, Issa let's do something Issa for Emmys, custom dress. And he was like, yeah, I got you. Sent sketches, sent it over to her. We picked the sketch, but 2 days later, not even knowing if I would ever have the opportunity. Like, in my head, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have an opportunity in 2021 for a carpet. Right. 2 days later, stylist assistant hit me, and the stylist assistant was like, Jason, my boss Christina wants you to do custom for her client for Emmys, for Aliette. I was like, word? I was like, yeah. She's nominated for 2 awards. It was Uzo Aduba.
Oh, wow.
And like, this is me, like, at the point of like, yo, you know what? Like, I'm cool. Like I'm cool. I'm gonna get my opportunity. I'm gonna have it one day. Like, I'm not gonna have a carpet this year. It's cool. Like, I was already at peace with everything, you know. And then, you know, God blessed me, like, you know, because He, and I didn't think it was gonna be so quick. Like, you know, I didn't even think I was gonna get a blessing, but like, you know, He blessed me, and it was like, yo, we want you to do this custom. I did a custom look for Uzo,
amazing,
which was dope. And then like 3 days after that, another talent, a really big talent, stylist hit me and was like, we want you to do custom for Emmys. And so I made a custom suit, and because I was balancing so much, I was doing my collection, I was doing Issa for Emmys, I was doing a couple other jobs with other clients, and then I was making this look for Uzo. Like, I ended up making the look, but I made the look late, so I missed the fitting. So I still dropped off the look when I got to LA. I still dropped off the look to the celebrity stylist. They had the look, and then Uzo ended up wearing the Emmys. It was dope. The next week, my publicist, Nate, he hit me. Remember I told you earlier, like, my friend who was, like, real with me, who told me I was messed up? Yeah. Now he's my publicist, which is dope. So he tells me all the time when I mess up. Nate. Shout out to Nate.
Right.
And Nate hit me and was like, yo, Vanity Fair is shooting a cover. They need suits, you know? And I'm like,
Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. So, you have the opportunity to put Issa Rae and Aliette. You say, no, I'm going to get my turn. You need to be styled. You need to have a black woman designer for the Emmys. And after you tell her no, with some Zen-like foresight, all these blessings rain.
All these blessings, bro.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
So
that's amazing.
So Nate calls me and was like, yo, Vanity Fair wants custom suits. I'm like, yo, bro, I just made a custom suit for somebody for the Emmys. The suit was in LA. I'm going to figure out how to get the suit back, and I'm going to make other suits, because I was like, I'm about to show a collection. I could give the suits from the new collection, because I have a few suits. And they was like, dope. So I hit the stylist. I'm like, yo, bro, I need to get the suit. He was like, cool. He was like, pick it up here. My assistant picked it up. This was Wednesday. The shoot was the fitting was on Sunday. The shoot was on Monday. This was Wednesday. My assistant picked it up and ship it to my New York office. Thursday, my Nate's assistant was like, "Where's the suit? Like, it's not here."
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, "Yeah." I'm like, "We overnighted," and I'm like, "Yo, what's going on?" Like, because this is like 6 p.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. So now it's late.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, we tracked it. I'm like, the suit is missing.
Oh my God.
Like the suit is missing. So Friday at like 4 p.m. we end up finding the suit. The suit's still in LA. So I could now ship the suit for Saturday delivery, or I could ship the suit for Saturday delivery, or I could fly somebody. And Aliette ain't there yet. Like, to be flying people, like
to pick up suits.
No. We're not there yet.
Right.
Jason Rembert,
right?
Like, as a stylist,
right?
I'm there, but
but
Aliette's not there. So
right.
I was like, man, like this is an investment for Aliette. Like, man, I'm gonna just do it. I called my assistant back and I'm like, yo, mind you, he's 20, and I'm like, bro, like, do you mind getting on a flight to New York? He's never been to New York ever. And he's like, yeah, I'm down.
Right.
He flies to New York. He brings the suit. He lands Saturday morning. Soon as he lands, I drive to Vanity Fair assistant. I drop off the suit. Sunday night or Monday night, right after the shoot, my publicist called me. Nate calls me. He was like, I have good news and I have bad news. And I'm like, what's up? He was like, the bad news is that your suit is destroyed. Like they had to alter it, cut off things, blah, blah, blah. He was like, the good news is the cover of Vanity Fair.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Holy.
When is that dropping?
It dropped. It's AOC.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, the white suit.
Wow. Vanity Fair cover.
Amazing.
Jason Rembert, AOC. Go pick that up. Congratulations.
Yeah. Shout out to Steph. She works at Shop Op, and she's one of the big heads like at Shop Bop, and so like as a young black designer, a lot of time when I'm going in these meetings, I don't see myself ever. Like I see a lot of white women who's telling me that my brand is good enough or not good enough to be in their store, or telling me like, oh, we want to see more collections. So the fact that the first store that actually purchased my clothing line, one of the people who were instrumental in bringing my clothing line in, it was a black woman.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Oh, well.
What's your proudest moment?
My proudest moment is probably like recent. Like I'm proud of a lot of things. Like I'm proud of like the AOC cover. I'm proud of
that was birthed out of a humble
huge,
moment.
Right.
Yeah, like I got a Zendaya cover like for the September issue of In Style, which was dope. I had a cover with Keke Palmer this year that was like really dope. Billy Porter wore my stuff on the cover of Essence. Like that was something that was dope for me.
Right.
Issa Rae debuted in my collection at Critic Choice Awards before I even had a collection. That was dope. Those are definitely proud moments, but the proudest moment for me was probably about 2 months ago. I get a text in my group chat with my family, and my grandmother is wearing an Aliette t-shirt. And to me, that was the proudest moment because she's wearing something. She's wearing a brand that I birthed, but she birthed Aliette. Like Aliette wouldn't exist without her. Like so, and to me, that was like the proudest moment for sure.
It's
beautiful.
That's a beautiful moment. Wow. So I think we could finish this off by asking you, what's next for you? I mean, it seems like right now the sky's the limit. You're doing all these great things, mentoring 5 young black men. You have the Aliette line that launched last year.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, the Aliette line is blowing up. You're styling all these amazing people. What's next for Jason Rembert?
What's next for me is being honest with you, I only found my peace about 2 years ago. And there's certain things that happened in my life that I was able to find peace. And I'm a very big fan now of balance.
Right.
So what's next for me is championing that balance and loving on it and protecting it by all means.
Right.
Like that balance is like really important for me. And, my balance first start with my family. Like there's certain wins that I have that are like little wins maybe to you, but like for me it's huge wins. Like the fact that like my Thanksgiving this year is just me, my lady, and our 2 kids.
Amazing.
Like that's a huge win for me. Like because I'm so used to working and not being present, and the fact that I'm taking the time to cook, and the fact that I'm taking time to not be on my phone and just enjoy life. Like, so for me, like, that's the win for me. That's important. That's what's next for me. Just like championing those moments and enjoying those moments and being present within those moments.
We started the podcast because we felt like there was so many people who were kind of zombies, right? Kind of going through life, going through the motions, but not living. And I feel like there's no expiration date on when you can start living. You can start living. You can fulfill your dreams no matter how old you are, right? I think that a lot of times you think you have to stop. If you're in your 40s, you can't live.
Right, you can't live your dream.
And I think it was really important for people to continue to dream and continue to strive towards something. So, like, what advice would you give to people who, even if you're not a young person, but you've always wanted to do something that you're just scared to do? What advice would you give them?
Of course. I mean, I think that's why I'm such a fan of podcasts. Like, you hear these, like, I listen to these podcasts of, like, these Fortune 500 CEOs, Fortune 100 CEOs, and they're all like, man, I went through this and I went through that and I went through this. And it's like, man, like, I'm not the only one.
Right.
Like, you see yourself within that. Like, you see yourself, like, where it's like, man, like, I'm just keep going. Like, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Like, because you're not the anomaly. Like, you are, you are so, like, it's so common that people have failure. It's so common that people, redeem themselves, or or figure out what that problem was, and then just go again. Like
Right.
it's so many times that
Like,
that
hardship
happens.
is part of the
Yeah,
process.
hardship is the process, And so, for me, there's some, like you said earlier, where it's like, you saw so many people who were so talented who gave up. There's so many people I looked up to who were way better stylists than I was, who didn't make it.
I know.
And it's not because they weren't great, but it's because unfortunately circumstance plays a part.
Of course.
And they can't if you figuring out, like, I'm from New York, so if times got too tough, I was able to be at home with my family paying no rent.
Right. Of
You know,
course.
but like that's not the same.
You're not from here,
That's
right.
not the same for them.
Right.
And so for me, I just learned to not give up, even when it got hard. Even there's certain things that happened to me and then continue to happen to me, and I find my peace and my solace within that. Figuring out how to rectify whatever problem is, problem solve that situation.
Yeah.
I definitely find some form of peace. And for me, every L is a lesson.
Right.
And so I take L's, and I take L's.
No, L's come.
You know?
To be in full transparency, like, COVID has knocked me off my feet.
Yeah.
I thought before COVID I was
Yeah.
riding, right?
Right.
I thought I was like I couldn't take a now. Not that I still had a level of humility, but I think you don't
Yeah.
there was no warning that this was
Yeah.
coming, right? So when you think they're projecting, I'm gonna make X amount,
Yeah. When your projections get knocked
and then
off.
you get, gutted.
Yeah.
It tests your resiliency. It tests everything you
For sure.
in your body to say, but I'm a winner though.
Right.
But I know I could win. I know that I can keep on pushing.
I actually like taking L's because I like to know what my flaws are.
Right.
Like,
Wow.
With your weaknesses.
yeah,
That's a
like,
beautiful
I
way to
wanna-
embrace that.
That's a beautiful way to embrace it.
Like, I'd rather know it before you know it.
Right.
Like, because if I know it, like, I'm able to, like, keep.
Yeah, cover
me.
it. Cover
yeah,
it.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, insulate it. Right, insulate
because
the.
I'm not. If I have the control, I'm not making that same L twice.
Right.
If I have the control,
If you
like,
have the control.
there's certain L's that you take twice
No,
because you
right.
don't have the control.
Yeah.
But if it's my mess up, yeah, I ain't making that L twice.
Right.
Like, and I tell my team that, like, I explain things, like, I make everything a teachable moment. Like, I remember, like, even learning how to be a boss. Like,
Right. Which is huge.
it's hard.
Especially
Like,
when you be cool.
Yeah, but it's for me. It wasn't the cool part. It was the explaining your frustration in a way in which they can internalize it. Like, because certain people you work with, if you explain your frustration in a way where it undermines them, especially towards another black man, like, where he feels like, yo, I'm a man, you can't talk to me like that.
Right.
Like, you're never ever gonna get your point across.
Right.
So it's like, explaining things in a way where it's digestible for them.
And keeps them encouraged.
And keeps them encouraged, because, like, you, at the end of the day, you want to continue to stimulate the people
course.
who's working for you.
Yeah.
And I listen to a podcast for it. I actually listened to a leadership podcast for this, and I learned a lot from listening to podcasts on the patience that I have now is different than the patience I had 3 years ago.
That's amazing.
I have more patience. I have more understanding. I used to, coming from, if you live in a household where common sense is extremely common, you could become blinded and jaded because,
Right.
like, you think everybody's supposed to have that, and everybody
Which can be very frustrating.
Yeah, it's very
Extremely
frustrating
frustrating.
because everyone's common sense isn't the same. Like, me and my brother, like, our relationship was like, ping pong. Like, you know, we was able to bounce things off of one another like quick.
Right.
And like, you know, like
Quick with it.
yeah, everyone's not like that.
No.
And so, you know, the people you hire is like, you know, you have to have that patience and you have to have the understanding and you have to be willing to express your frustration in a way, again, that is constructive and in some ways digestible. Right. You know, because, you know, like, cause, you know, like, you know, there's different personalities, you know, like, you know, like if you have someone on your team who's like, you know, like more of like a reticent person, like they may become more in their shell and and not want to express how
they may introvert, right.
not express how they feel, because, you know, one, that's naturally how they are, but then they feel undermined, or they feel lack of support, or they feel like you're just coming for them. They may not be able to be as great as they can be, or come out of their shell.
And you don't want it. You don't want that type of response, right?
Yeah.
It's not that you want to. You're not saying what you're saying for that type of response. You actually want to encourage them to be
for sure
open, because that feedback is constructive, right?
For sure.
But at the same time, you know, you want to be able to have the freedom to say what you have to say, and get ultimately what you want done.
Yeah, but
you know?
the big thing for me is, like, I tell them, like, you know, one thing I teach to my team is that I teach them accountability.
Right.
Because, you know, I explain to them, it's like, you guys take an L, it's my L.
Right.
Like, my client don't care that.
They don't care that,
They don't care that you took the L.
No.
Like, that's my L.
Right.
So, like, you know, you need to be accountable for your L.
Right.
Like, if you messed up, just say, like, yo, Jay, I messed up. Yeah.
Right.
Like,
own it.
Yeah. But if you like making excuses, like I had like two people I mentored like recently, and they was like throwing the blame on each other. I'm like, yo, he messed up, you messed up.
Own it.
You messed up, he messed up.
Right.
Like, and that's just what it is. And it's cool. Like, we don't even have to go this back and forth. Like, yo, I respect him more that you, like, because if my client, like, I remember there was like one job I did, and my client team messed up, and I apologized.
Right.
And it wasn't my L.
Right, but it doesn't matter.
But it's a team L.
Right.
And
it's not getting done.
Yeah.
The bottom line, it didn't get done. It wasn't properly executed.
It didn't get done. And I told him, I was like, yo, bro, like, it's from here on out,
right.
It's always gonna be
right. But
like,
you learn from it.
Yeah, facts. But like in 2020, like, you know, no offense to young kids, but y'all soft.
Y'all
like,
Twinkie feeling.
Like,
y'all
you know,
Twinkie feeling.
Yeah.
like, you know, so it's like, you
right.
know, you gotta be encouraging in a different way. Like, you know, you can't be so hard.
Right.
Like, and like the way, like, even today, like, you know, the way my brother treats me, like, you wouldn't even think me and my brother cool.
Right.
But I wouldn't be as great as I am without my brother.
Me either. Like,
you got to craft your message differently for today's
non-stop
kids.
headlocks.
Yeah.
You know, I got headlocked all the time.
Even
like, this knucklehead used to put me in.
Like my son is like a super thug, and he the most emotional person I know.
Right.
Yeah.
Like to the world, like he tough, and then like to us, it's like he's emotional.
Right.
What's nice though, I think that black men deserve the space to be able to be emotional.
Of course,
I think.
But
that's
I'm holding him accountable. You
right,
gonna be a thug of the world,
oh,
B.
Yeah.
You,
Joe Holtz, yeah.
Like you gotta straighten yourself
Stand
up.
up.
Like
Right.
yeah, like you can't be crying because we took away your PS4.
There's a PS5 out now.
Nah,
Right?
I ain't buying no PS5. you gonna work for that.
Work for that, exactly.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Jason, like I gotta tell you, we can go on and on and on and
Yeah,
on.
man. So listen, these last 10 days have been a whirlwind for you.
Whirlwind.
So I just want to thank you for taking the
being
time,
Bro,
for jumping off a plane,
Thank you for having me.
coming straight
I appreciate
here.
it.
Man, I mean, it was just amazing. Just what you've done these past 10 days, and still come here to join us and drop these jewels. And you said earlier, why me? I'm gonna tell you why. Because you're super talented, you're extra dope, and you're super humble.
You have a good heart.
You have a great heart,
Good
and the
person.
sky's the limit for you.
That's Paul Rockaway, though. You know
That's
what I'm
Paul
saying?
Rockaway.
Like, what can I say?
I'm gonna give
Like,
it to you.
it's just
I'm
Paul
gonna give
Rockaway.
you. So, well, we just want to say thank you so much
Thank you.
Thank you
for
so
being
much,
here.
Jason.
And anytime you want to come back, you're more than
Oh,
welcome.
yeah, I'm gonna pull up, man.
Well, I mean, you family now,
Yeah,
right? We got
Facts.
We're gonna have lunch at the burger spot.
Right. We go to the 130 Club,
We
right?
definitely go to 130 Club.
No, but Jason, honestly, we always say we just hope that you keep winning.
Oh, I appreciate
Keep
it.
making
man.
us
Please keep
proud.
winning.
Thank you.
Because
Thank
little,
you,
we're
thank you.
here like, yo, watching
Yeah.
your ascent is a beautiful sight.
Oh, thank you. Thank
And
you.
you know, we're so proud of you.
I appreciate it. That's love. Thank you guys for having me.
No, of
like, you know what I
course.
mean?
No doubt.
I'm telling you, like, you know, when the fan club happened, you know what I mean? I'm the president.
Right.
I mean, you know.
We're here. So we're gonna have this Far Rock reunion. And cheers to you. Are you
Cheers. I don't
to
got
you?
nothing no more.
you
We
but
empty?
cheers.
Hold
we
on,
all
wait,
empty,
wait,
man.
wait.
We got none. We all drank it all, man.
It's all
Nah,
gone?
we done.
Jake,
Yeah.
Wow,
man.
you
It's
guys
cool.
are
We
you guys
killed
are
it,
twisted
man.
then. Cheers,
Yeah,
though.
cheers.
Thank you, my brother
Cheers.
Jason.
Cheers,
Appreciate
bro.
you, man.
Remember.
Hurry it up, Jason Rembert.
Aliette. Go
Shout out.
ahead and get you some.
Pick it up now.
You just listened to the Comeback Kids, presented by Unexpected Success with Joy and Dennis. Please like and subscribe.